Okay, so hello everyone. We have a very
Hello.
special uh, event today, an episode today of Vibe Tuesday with Mattia Pomelli. Just had a fun ride right now for the last 20 minutes, but you never know of that if you're watching this recording. This is history. You won't hear about that. Mattia, let me share my screen real quick to go over the Artizen, just for us to have that on the recording.
Yes.
And if you're wondering what we are doing, why are we gathering all the vibe coders together, it's because we have this amazing campaign with Artizen, where we are funding and supporting vibe coders on the first journeys for them to release the first apps, go to market, even maybe raise capital. So if you want to become part of this community, come here for our Luma calendar right now. Let me post for you here in the chat. What is our chat, by the way? Here. So come here for our Luma calendar and join as a builder. If you want to support us, join as a student or supporter for you to have more perks, and keep an eye out for the events that we are doing in our cities. This is your opportunity for you to get started with vibe designing, with prompt engineering and everything. All of our content is for free. If you want to have access to the recordings, we would ask you if you have a student membership. It's very affordable. We can even give you a scholarship if needed. Just hit me up. And today we have the amazing Mattia, one of my best students from a bootcamp we did like 2 years ago. So he's building Reweb as a way for you to vibe design, for you to get started with vibe coding by building the front end, the design part of your app. And I'm going to uh, give it to you now, Mattia, for you to introduce yourself and start your presentation.
Thanks for the intro. Yeah, glad to be here. Today we're going to be talking about vibe designing. So what does that even mean? So I'm sure you guys all know about vibe coding because that's like why we're here, right? And vibe coding, it's been around for a while now. It's been like kind of the trend of the last few months, and essentially, it's what it means is that now everyone is able to build without there's a bunch of tools out there that got super popular like in super short time that turned everyone into what I believe is that so first these tools like are amazing, like they really unlocked things that were like possible or not even like we couldn't even generic, right? Payments. So they kind of come like the package, right?
Mattia, so just so you know, the connection is breaking a little. Maybe you want to check your internet connection.
Oh, okay. Seems to be working all right.
Right today.
Can you let me know if it's better?
Okay, keep on talking. Let's see. Yeah. If you're joining the new meeting link today, people, feel free to join our Telegram group too. We can keep chatting there if you ever need support on anything else, questions like how to get the new meeting link. I've dropped it here in the chat. Please, everyone, be welcome for the Telegram community. If you have any troubles, Q&A as well, if you can't do here in the meet, you can also ping us later on Telegram. Okay. Mattia, you seem to be fading back and off.
Okay.
It's still a little.
Is it working better now?
No, maybe it's for me. Let me do something very. Okay, it's better for everyone. Thumbs up. Thumbs up if the connection is good. Thumbs down if it's bad. Okay, thumbs down.
Um, I feel
Do you
like
have
there
a
are some
backup there,
dots.
Mattia?
let me try to switch Wi-Fi and see if that fixes.
Yeah. The vibes are against you today, bro.
All right. Test. Comes down.
Okay. Still failing a bit. Yeah. Maybe your connection is not that good today, bro. Do you want to try leaving and joining again? Okay. Yeah.
Is it better?
Still cutting a little bit, it seems.
I'm really sorry about that. Like, I'm honestly, unfortunately, I'm not sure I can like and
It's cutting a lot. Well, I'm going to just suggest maybe we have about 15 people here with us today. Maybe we couldn't turn this in an open meetup. I know that now we have a very selected group of people here. Let me see if this goes well. Let me see. Hey, people, if you are building here today, I've just allowed you to open your microphone. Tell me here what you're building. See if that goes well. Let me open the chat too. Okay. Hello, hello. Okay, Ameer, you want to chat? How are you doing? Hello, Pontus. Am I spelling your names correctly?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. How's it going, bro?
Awesome. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, good. Well, after everything that happened, a little shaky, but so far so
So
good.
it was a bit weird, but we got through it. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Now just waiting for Mattia connection to normalize. Maybe we can do a short discussion in the meantime.
Yeah, for sure. So
Mattia, can you hear us well, or are you still
yeah, I can
breaking
hear
on
you
your
very
side
well.
too?
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Okay, but okay. And how about you, Amir? Have you been building this space, doing vibe designing?
Yeah. I recently got into sort of like vibe coding. I'm a designer by trade. I used to program a little bit, but back in like the ActionScript Flash days, did not do much of anything else outside of that until recently. But yeah, I've been in crypto since like 2019. Did a lot of stuff in the art space, and then decided to try to put my hand in the building product. And I worked on two things. I've helped vibe code this trading sim called Royale that we did a tournament last month and gave out 40K in prizes. And then this other thing I'm working on right now is called Solara. It's like a astrology app that forces you to go outside. So yeah, both projects have been pretty cool.
Nice. What kind of stack have you been using? Just out of curiosity. Am I
Uh,
pronouncing the name correctly? Amir.
yes, you are.
Amir. What have you been using for vibe coding, Amir?
So let's see. Normally I've been just doing a mixture between Claude and Cursor. So I will kind of like use Claude to brainstorm some ideas I'm already thinking about, and then say, hey, can you help build like some tangible requirements. Like, don't necessarily write code or anything like that, but just give me an opportunity to sort of like understand the mental framing of how I would approach the build. And then I take that in combination with design stuff that I do in Figma, write up a set of design requirements, because I've done that pretty much my entire career, and then combine the two of those, go into Cursor and be like, Cursor and be like, all right, dude, here's what we're going to build. Here's sort of how we're doing it. Here are the requirements for that. And then I kind of incrementally do something. I normally try to say, what's like 0 to 1 type of launch, build that, make sure that it works, go public with that, and then start to like add and increase features kind of like over time. So I'm on Farcaster right now, and I have like an open public thread about like the build for the Solara project, and all the stats that I'm getting, how I'm tracking things with Vercel, how I'm tracking stuff with the Farcaster mini app ecosystem, and then just kind of like some of the things that I've been using to build that. So it's been pretty fun.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Thanks, man.
You are in our Telegram group too, right, Ameer?
Yeah, a little bit. It definitely has helped. I can kind of like get through some other concepts that are a little trickier a little bit faster, I'd say. But I feel like even if I didn't necessarily know anything, it has been an entirely super smooth process, just trying to get certain ideas from 0 to 1. It's just fun kind of seeing the lights turn on in that sense. So I feel like I'm learning way more, much faster than I've ever attempted to try to learn how to code by myself. So it's been sick.
Nice. No, that's nice. Super cool. Today's content is more like that. How you get started with the idea. Sometimes you don't know about the backend stuff, the database and all, right? And so it seems that your connection is a little better now, Mattia. Test it out.
I hope. You guys let me know if it's good. Is it working better?
Yeah, so sounds good now. I guess it was maybe a big download or something like that. Someone trying to DDoS you.
Maybe I don't know. The Wi-Fi is not the best here. It's not where I usually like kind of work from, but I cannot do. I don't know what I can do to make it better, honestly. Yeah.
Don't worry. Well, maybe some sort of quick questions that would require you to share your screen. What is your favorite stack, Mattia, for like Reweb, of course, the things that you do, but how you build your vibe coded projects? If you think on 3 or 5 of the best tools that you can recommend for people.
Okay, so more like tools or more like a tech stack when it comes to like coding?
Can be what you use for coding. Lovable, Replit, Cursor, Windsurf, whatever you do, they cannot text you use. But also, for example, do you use Vite, as a lot of these apps suggest, or do you do Next.js, use Tailwind, and what are your favs?
Yeah. So, well, for stack, I use Next.js. To be honest, there are other options that I kind of want to try. It's just that it takes effort to switch. It takes a lot of effort to switch. And when you just get like very efficient with something, then like the cost of switching sometimes is like, it's not worth it. So I would love to try like Tanstack Start or other frameworks that are like seem pretty cool. But like, so far I'm pretty comfortable with Next. I think there can be improvements, but like I still like it. So far I'm just sticking with it. So Next, Tailwind, shadcn, like kind of this like very popular stack. And in terms of tools, so I mean, Cursor is like the GOAT. is like definitely like the most impactful tool that I use, I think. And yeah, I'm a very visual person, so I like to do design in like visual tools. So obviously, like we use Reweb internally. We kind of dogfood our own product because that's how it should be. And I think I tried a lot of tools. I would say Cursor is the one that really, like, if you take it away, I'm like begging you to give it back to me. Then I like that's like the one that I really use for like kind of production, let's say. And there is a lot of others that I use more like for prototyping. like V0, Lovable. I often use them maybe to just like build a single component that like I need, and then kind of bring it over to Cursor to kind of refine it. But it's really hard like to get something like in V0 or Lovable that is like 100% what you need. That's why it's like I can always then bring it to Cursor and like refine it. And same with the UI. A lot of times like I use Reweb to build most of the UI, and you can get like pretty close to where you want, but then maybe some things are just easier to do in code, so you export them and use them in code. What I think is also can be cool is to I've been using like Reweb together with like V0 or others. Like a Reweb can be like the UI for building the UI and the design, and then export it to another tool that can actually build the functionality, like the logic.
Interesting. Now that your internet connection is a little more stable, you want to demo that for 5-10 minutes? How would that flow go? Maybe people here can seriously get started with this.
Let's do it. Let's do for sure a quick demo. I hope nothing crashes as soon as I start sharing.
Oh, don't get me started.
Okay, you guys see it, right?
Yes, we can see it. The open canvas, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this is like what Reweb looks like. So first, the first screen is already like a bit different than like other like coding tools, because we're trying to be more focused on iteration, ideation, and design. And so this looks more like a Figma. Some people say like no, I mean we actually said this is like a Figma and Cursor baby, and the UI also like kind of matches that. So we have like different components on this canvas, so we can work on different components all on the same canvas. And it pretty much starts like most web coding tools, so usually from a prompt, because prompts are honestly so great in the first phase, where you literally have like a blank canvas and you want to go from 0 to 1. So in this phase, I don't want to build anything from scratch. I don't need like visual tools. I just need to get something that I can start working with. So let's build something like, let's say we can build maybe like a dashboard for, I don't know, like tracking my stock investments, something like that. And let's see what we get. Honestly, the more information you give, the better the result. I was a bit lazy here, but we can always like iterate on this. Right now, what we want is getting like the first design that we can keep working on. So yeah, first difference with a lot of tools that like, at least personally, like it's quite important for me, is like that like we can see in real time what the AI is doing. We're not like waiting for 5 minutes and then like just see what happened and without having any idea what was going on. So we kind of like stream the UI in, so you see what's going on. And yeah, it's generating this dashboard step by step, and should be done soon. So let's wait a little more. We have like a chart. We have some like top holdings, like a transaction table, and like a sidebar. And all of this is like kind of based on shadcn components. So if we can like go over components, we can see, okay, this is a button component, this is a card component, this is a chart, this is a sidebar component, and so on. And maybe we can resize a little bit this frame. So we can test it like responsiveness as well, just by like resizing the frame. Cool. And all right, so we got something that is like most likely is not going to be 100% what we want, because AI unfortunately is not that good yet. But the beautiful thing is that we can keep iterating on it, and now we have a few options. First, we can just like keep asking for changes. So maybe we can just say, hey, we can just like ask for changes in the chart and say, I don't know, change the line chart in the portfolio performance card with a bar chart, and it should be editing the component now and making these changes. Okay. Okay, so we can see that like another difference is that the AI is able to understand what actually needs to be changed, and instead of rebuilding the entire UI, it just rebuilds this part.
Nice.
And these only
Matthew, I have a quick question. After you do a generation, are you able to export that to Figma?
No, so far it's something we want to definitely work on. So far we are exporting to code, but we've seen a lot of interest in exporting to Figma, and it makes a lot of sense, and I'm gonna like explain why now. So it's like on the very close roadmap, because essentially is what we notice is like tools like a tool like this can be very helpful for ideating, exploring, but still like you're likely wanna, if you want like a very polished design, you're likely still wanna have some adjustments in a like a design tool like Figma. So this can be like a great phase one, and then you can ideally bring it over to Figma and like kind of really tweak the details. But actually, like I'm gonna show you how we can do something like that too over here. So again, like chatting, you can just chat, and that's like pretty much the experience that most AI tools have. Or we have a design mode where you can kind of select individual elements and have a Figma-like interface to style them. So, for example, if I want just like to make this text bigger, there is no need to prompt, because prompting will be just more inefficient here. You can just like use the select and make it bigger just by clicking over here. So like a philosophy that we have is that we want to combine AI with like visual tools, visual editing tools, and you should be able to use whatever is most efficient for what you're trying to do. For some edits, it just doesn't make sense to use AI because it literally like takes more time, it spends tokens for nothing, and it's just slower. So for this kind of thing, that's where we want to just click on the element and literally be able to style it like we want. But for other things, when it's like kind of too tedious to do it by hand, or we literally don't have no idea what we want, AI is great at coming up with the force design that we can use. So yeah, it's really about using like the most efficient tool for the most like the right tool for the operation that we want to do. And so yeah, essentially we have some design controls based on Tailwind CSS, which is kind of what is powering these designs. And we can either use the no-code controls like I just did, or if we are familiar with Tailwind, we can use that as well. So here is like essentially the same. We have like the text 3XL class. If I remove it, the text gets smaller. If I say text 5XL, the text gets bigger and is kind of synced here.
For each element, or are you able to do that globally, Mattia?
So this is for each element. So when I select an element, I see the controls of that element. We have some global controls. This is like
Let's see. Oh, nice.
And
this is super cool.
And this is just like global and global colors that can affect the whole page. So yeah, essentially, this is like if for who's familiar with shadcn, this is literally the shadcn team. Oops. Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's pink
now. Accepted.
Like little glitch right there. So yeah, this is like the is one-on-one with the shadcn UI team. So it basically can be compatible with like an existing code base. And yeah, if we like change, like for example, the cards color, we should be able to make the cards of different colors and so on. Yeah, so this is like you can think of this as, again, as like a mix between a Figma, where you have like these layers UI, this controls UI, but you can also hop in the chat anytime and just like prompt it for whenever it's most efficient. There is also like some quick AI edits, so we can like select a card and like just like say that we want to edit only this part. So let's think of something that we can change here. I don't know, maybe let's say make the make this a grid with 2 columns. I don't know if that's gonna be too cluttered maybe, but let's try. And this is basically gonna ignore everything else and just change this single component. And so this is helpful when we want to like, we just know what we want to change. We don't have to change. We don't have to like use the chat, because the chat might like, maybe the chat has a kind of global context. In this case, we know we just want to change these and everything else is good. So that's how we do it. And maybe let's say, okay, add 1 more item so it looks better since it's like in 2 columns.
Bro, this is one of the best features that we had in V0 in the first version. Now that they changed it to the chat, we don't have it anymore, and you are putting it here. That's very cool.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a bit like, so V0 is amazing. So like nothing to say. I was personally like a big fan of the first version of V0, where it was just doing something like simple. I mean, like simpler than what it does now, but really well. It was like just generating UI. It was focused a lot on like iteration, like I said, like generating different variants. And it was just working with streaming and so on. And then eventually it became like this full stack app builder, and it unlocks a lot more markets and so on. But like, it's just not as good as it was for UI, I think.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we want to bring back, like a focus tool that doesn't try to do everything and does one thing hopefully really well. And
Nice.
yeah, so yeah, eventually we also be able to like kind of drag and drop things. So far we can have this functionality on the layers, so I can like kind of grab this card and drag it around. So maybe I can put it like last in the list, and it's going to be dropped there. And again, this will be like more efficient than just like asking AI to do it. Why I'm not able to just like drag and drop it, right? And eventually we'll be able to maybe do it even here, like directly on the canvas, just not right now. Yeah, maybe let's try some more targeted edits. We can like add more like data series to this chart. And let's see what happens. So yeah, that's basically what I was trying to go for. So again, the goal is to have more control over what we're doing and do things a lot faster. Even like for each component, these are just shadcn components. We can just click on them and we can see some properties that can be customized. Right now, the variant is the default one. I can just like turn it into the second one. Maybe let's zoom in a little bit. The secondary, we have outline, we have all the variants. We can change the size to make it larger and so on. Or we can customize icons, for example. We can just click on an icon, and here we have like the icon property, and we can look for other icons. Like I'm just gonna look for wallets, and we have a bunch of different icons. Let's select this one, and it's changed. So yeah, like every single element of the UI, you can really like see everything that's going on. You can see literally like this is like what is happening. This is like the code, the elements that are being like generated. So it's really like up to you how much you want to go into the detail and customize it, or just like let AI do the job for you.
Can we change the content too? See, you always asking like the numbers and the text inside.
Oh yeah. We can do that, of course.
Oh, just typing. That's brilliant.
Yeah, just typing up. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, again, we can also ask AI to change the theme for us. Let's try actually. So turn make the dashboard, make the theme dark mode with like I don't know, blue as primary color, and hopefully we'll generate something that looks decent. So yeah, let's wait a second. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Maybe I feel like the cards should be a little bit like lighter than the rest, something like this. And honestly, it's looking pretty slick, I think. And maybe the sidebar too can be the same color as the cards, and then like some contrast right there. Why not? Yeah. All right. There's I don't dislike it. So
That's good.
and like I was saying before, anytime we should be able to get a code for this, or eventually also get a Figma export for code. This is like how it works. You can either copy paste the code of the component as well as the code of the theme, or well, we integrate with the shadcn CLI, and this essentially just you can copy paste it into your code base, and it's gonna basically download the code for you into an existing project. So if you have an existing project, or if you just like want to do it quicker, you just copy paste this command, and it like it downloads the dependencies and installs like it installs the dependencies, downloads the code for you.
May I have a quick question for myself?
Yep.
Do you do the responsiveness there too, like mobile and tablet and all the resolutions?
Yeah, like the generated designs are, like tend to be responsive. Like we can see here that like there is still like some issues, but like most of it is good. And yeah, you can just like resize to see what it looks like on different screens. You can see like the width right here.
Yeah, and how they would handle the AI would handle the sidebar placement and everything for you too, or would you need to vibe code that inside the IDE later?
Oh no, it's all handled. Like the sidebar is just like the shadcn component. So essentially what you see here is what you're gonna see in the code. Is like literally the same. So there's no issues with that. And like if you wanna like edit to responsive styles, probably easier way is to ask the AI, or if you're not Tailwind, you can use like anything that Tailwind the Tailwind works with is like is supported. So yeah.
Wonderful. Seung is asking about the tech stacks there. If it's Tailwind plus React, because they're using Next.js there, right?
It's not Next.js, it's just React. So yeah, like React, shadcn, as I said, like these are all the shadcn components, and Tailwind. So it doesn't have
Nice.
to be necessarily Next.js or any particular React framework.
Just the loose component. Do you do the navigation there, or it's just the standalone components for you to put inside the project?
Sorry, say it again?
Navigation, do you happen to baking the navigation from a page to the other, click here, open there, or it's just the losing components?
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Yeah, so right now there is not this concept of like navigation inside a component. We're probably gonna make it happen, but right now it's kind of thinking like Figma. If you want another page, you can like duplicate a frame and like work on the other page. But right now it's just like this page is just a single React component essentially.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the
There
tech
is, like,
stack is just Tailwind and React with shadcn. Brilliant, right?
yeah. And yeah, like on Figma, we don't have to necessarily like build an entire page or screen, or we can just like build like components individually. So maybe let's try something else, and yeah, we can just say like maybe a login form with like email, Google, and GitHub. Oh, authentication. So yeah, we can just work on like a single component. Doesn't have to be like an entire page necessarily.
And that would be a new theme, a new color scheme and everything?
Yeah, so like this is like a separate component right now. We also, another thing that we kind of like is kind of next steps is being able to then like combine these together. So maybe I design a component here, and then like on Figma, I can use it in another page and use the same theme, the same variables, and so on. Right now, they're kind of like separate context. So it's like a canvas where I can literally explore for any component.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say we can like just open this and kind of preview it just in a tab and share this link with people to if we make the project public. And yeah, one feature that I think is pretty cool and that like is really like kind of hard to replicate on like most vibe coding tools is like it's called like variants. So we can essentially like take this design and say, okay, generate 3 different variations where you explore something different. So you start from the starting point and you make it like you make it different somehow. We can either like provide some instructions or just basically let AI do the work. So we'll just like generate right now. And this is like what is cool about having like an infinite canvas. On most tools, you're just like working on that project. You have like a code base, and that's your Next.js repo, right? So you're much more limited in like exploring, duplicating things, messing around, and all the stuff that you do in the design process. While that's essentially what we want to focus on. So right now we see that like these 3 different like variations are being generated for us, and they're just essentially like taking the initial design and exploring something different. In this case, we didn't give instructions, so it was kind of pretty open-ended. And we see the first one, it just changed the text, the background of the buttons, so it's a little bit more contrast. This one tried a different layout. Actually, maybe we can. Yeah. Oh. I'm not sure. Well, okay, I see. Yeah, just trying to make it a blue one.
Tricky. This is something that never going to get easy. How to apply the class which you have centralized divs,
Yeah. So yeah, this one has like sign in, sign up tabs or so on, and this one is like quite different. So we just got different options, and like what I think is like AI is like is pretty good. Just like coming up with like different variations from an existing starting point, and so it's like pretty helpful to use it where we like kind of have we're like really not sure about what we want. We just want to get ideas kind of thrown at us and see if we like resonate with any of those.
Yeah, that's super cool. Do you have questions here in the audience? What we're seeing, maybe let's turn on the microphones here. Raise your hand if you want to speak. There's questions for Mattia. In the meantime, what model are you using in the backbone of it, Mattia?
We mostly use Claude. Yeah.
Or 3.7, 3.5, or
we use Claude 4 for most things. We use like honestly different models depending on like the subtask, but mostly is like for code generation.
nice. Like you'll build up per credits from the user, or in this first version?
Yeah, it works with like a credit system. Again, like right now we're like kind of in this closed beta phase for this new version of the product. So if anyone wants to try it, just like hit me up. You can find me on like I'll drop you like my maybe my Twitter. In the chat. So if you can send me a DM there and we can give you access. And essentially, but yeah, after that, like when we like open it to everyone, it would be like a credits-based system. Like, I mean, we're going to use credits internally, but essentially it's like a monthly subscription for X amount of credits, or you can always buy more credits if you run out.
Wonderful. So you're paying for everyone now. That's cool. I hope you raise a few millions for covering for all of that.
Cool.
Are you actively in fundraising, by the way?
So not really right now. Potentially like in later on. So far, honestly, we're just like being bootstrapped. We're like being like super focused on like building and the product, improving the product, growing the revenue. So fundraising is like can be like a big distraction, and we were not like having the time to do it so far. But hey, we'll see how things goes, I think, and potentially like it can be like very helpful too.
Super cool. Well, eventually the investors are going to be banging on doors. They're going to be distracted by the wallets waving at your hand, right? That's super cool. Well, for people to reach out to you, Twitter is the best channel, X, Mattia Pomelli, and people would ask for you for access, DM you for having access to the beta test, right? Do you have any expectations on when you have the V2 out? A final version by this year, next year?
Nah. No, pretty soon. Probably like a week, something like that.
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
Like, to be fair, like there's definitely like still like a lot of improvements to be done. Like there's like bugs here and there, but like we're just like really like the philosophy of like getting things out as soon as we can to get people to really test it in real world use cases, and that's how we learn the most and how we learn the faster. So yeah, it's probably gonna be pretty soon, but we still like wanted to have like this couple weeks of closed beta where we're like trying to talk directly with as much people as possible and kind of fix the last few things before making it open to everyone.
Wonderful. Well, in a couple of weeks, I guess you guys are not taking a summer off like OpenAI. You're working, right? In a couple of weeks, we see news from you.
Not really.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Mattia. Thank you, everyone, for participating today. Sorry for the technical issues that we had before, as we had all sorted, and we're going to keep bringing this kind of content for you in next episodes. Okay, stay tuned for the calendar. See you in the next one. I'll stop recording now.
Awesome. Yeah, it was great.